I need you to listen to this video that I'm about to play for you, and then what I'm about to say after this video. For context, this is the president of the Metis Nation of Saskatchewan.
Now we're opening an office in Ottawa. We have a place already. Hopefully in the new year, it'll be open. My wife is going to lead with our economic development arm to be able to support our First Nations craft people. And the majority of the money that she spends are on First Nation. I have 3 sets of fur gloves. My wife spends $100,000 a year on buying crafts from Métis and First Nations and Métis.
If you're like me, you're probably wondering what you just heard. Keep in mind that this is the president of an Indigenous government in Canada. The Métis Nation of Saskatchewan is federally recognized, and since they are federally recognized, they are funded heavily. According to their last annual report, they are funded in the tune of over $100 million. The majority of their funding to operate comes from the Fed. So a couple things. Since this is the president, there is nobody above this person. This person is quite literally tasked with leading this government. And what we just heard was this president on record saying that his wife allegedly spends $100,000 a year on First Nations crafts. And you may be as confused as I am because they're a Métis government that are apparently spending a ton of money on First Nations crafts, which is great. I love the support for Indigenous entrepreneurs, but at what cost does that come to the citizens of the nation? Keep in mind that the federal government does support Indigenous governments. They're federally recognized, Section 35 of the Constitution. The government has some obligation to ensure their nation-to-nation relationship with Indigenous people. But that does not mean that it absolves us of all responsibility on how we use those resources and what those resources are actually for. Because not only are those funds to provide resources to citizens, which I think a lot of people think is the only thing that a government is for, but they're not just a servicing body, they are also there to build capacity within their own government as well. The idea of self-government is to become self-sufficient and to restore autonomy over us and our systems and the ability to live underneath those systems as Indigenous people. So it is incredibly critical that the resources that are received from the federal government are used to the fullest of their potential to build the capacity, make the proper investments, and to ensure that we are building long-term sustainability through those systems for our people. This is why right now it is so incredibly important for citizens to be asking how much money is coming to us and where is it all being used? Salaries, contracts, investments, buildings, whatever it is you're purchasing, but more so questions are going to be asked when a president says out loud that his wife is spending $100,000 a year on First Nations craft. And the number one question I have after listening to this is, where did that $100,000 come from and what budget?